Welcome to the stream. I am Neozar, and this is my FTL hard win streak up to 108, and been going pretty well. Yeah, hey Game Bunker, 50 Rico, great to see you guys. 108, yeah, is definitely kind of a ridiculous number. You know, it's like way beyond any of my original thoughts or expectations when I started it. Um, Feels a little unreal sometimes. Oh, don't worry about pressure about me watching you play though, because I am like the least judgmental and well, I don't. That sounds a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna claim the least judgmental, but I, don't look for people to play like I do, and I feel like I learn stuff from players who are like, playing at all different levels all the time. So definitely don't feel like I'm gonna be ultra critical or anything. And also, I'm not into criticizing people's play unless they ask for it or want advice or something. Not that I'm perfect about that or anything. I'm not going to pretend like I don't make mistakes, but generally I'm trying to let people do their own thing, and just being helpful if they want some help. Let's see. I didn't think about this thing whatsoever until, well, I guess I did in the last minute here. Let's just do how do you spell that? The Arboretum. I think that I put an extra E in there. Yeah, I definitely put an extra E in there. Arboretum. There we go. Let's do an ash. And an elm. Alright. I was originally going to try to stream a little bit earlier, and then we had this crazy thunderstorm breakout here, and I decided it'd be better just to wait that out a little bit instead of jumping right to it. But yeah, Slug A is definitely one of my favorite ships. It's possibly my favorite ship. I feel like it used to definitely be this, and then Slug C crept up on it as I got more into mind control and stuff. But there's a lot of cool things about this ship. Right. Arboretum, Ash Elm, Hard, Enabled, Start. It's interesting, there's actually only, I think, just 2 ships that start with 2 crew, and then obviously NGB with 1. And I'd say it's much less of a liability on this ship because the other one is Mantis B. So they have the double Mantis, which is great for boarding but terrible for repairs. So they have that issue. They have doors on the ship, level 2 also, which is nice. And then also, we're not boarding, so we don't need the extra crew in that way. And we have level 2 engines instead of level 1, although, obviously don't have the double shield or whatever. And we have weapons, wonderful weapons. But we can't run them all to start off. Generally, the strategy at first is to do something with the bomb and the lasers to make the fight safer, and then you can switch on the beam to get a crew kill. And then, as you play through the game, depending what you come across, I like to keep the bio beam for a long time if I can, and I'll use it right up until flagship. But sometimes you just don't get the right setup to support it, and it's, you gotta go with the game you get. Yeah, West Coast could use some rain. I mean, it was actually fairly dry here for a while, but we've been getting our summer rains in now finally. Because our spring was pretty dry. Alright, so early exit is not great, but, it is what it is. I feel like that's about as early as you can get it. And it's pretty in the middle also, which is usually worse, I'd say, because if you get towards the edge, you have the chance of it, the curve being all the way off. And that can buy you an extra jump or 2. But that's alright. The strategy here is basically we're just going to rush shields and then look for weapons and systems. You can sell the repair gel and try to hold on to the rest for a while, at least. I mean, dual lasers, it's pretty unlikely we'll get rid of, at all. These fall off usually at some point, but this can hold on the longest. This can definitely hold on to a flagship. Breach 1 usually doesn't quite make it. This is a ship you want like 7 weapon slots on. Oh hey WQZ. I'm glad that you worked that run out. Zoltan C is a scary ship. It's gotten like a number of win streaks, like pretty big win streaks, I think, from people, from, you know, like good players and stuff. And it very, very nearly got mine. It was definitely, like, you know, it's hard for me to say which of my runs was like the closest to losing, because I felt like several were, you know, at any moment a jump away from losing. But my Zoltan C run definitely has a good argument for it, because I was not only at 3 hull, but I was 3 hull and out of fuel. Was a bad place to be, with like a garbage setup. But I also had a Mantis C run where I was at 2 hull, multiple in Sector 1 and Sector 4, and close to that several other times. So that was pretty sketchy too. But alright, I'm about ready to take a jump here. I might vent this out a little bit first, especially because this ship's venting is actually not great. Another way, the doors definitely help. Also, like, the system layout helps some. You know, like, this is bad to vent piloting and stuff for sure. And this is one where it's like getting a rock and throwing them in engines is like awesome. Because this is just like, if you have to vent this, you have to vent it through weapons, which is like, that's the worst thing, if you have to vent through the weapons. Otherwise, you can like kind of bypass it. Yeah, I mean, only a few people have gotten multiple cycles. I forget what the number is, but I feel like it's like 3 or 4 people. I know Burrito's done it, and Hollow. I know both of them have definitely done it. There's a couple others, though. But it's also partly because some people just like don't bother trying it. Like, I don't know if I'll get multiple cycles or not, you know. So decent chance we're not going to get a crew kill here, because I might just start you on weapons. Because we're out of sun, obviously. I think is the obvious reason. Because otherwise, you know, you can make it safe by hitting their weapons and stuff, but... let's see, do we need to delay anything here? I don't think so. I think we just put it right into weapons immediately. Ooh, oxygen with a fire. That's fun. So we're going to have to be careful about that for sure. Nice. I'm not sure if it's going to hit time for this, but... Ooh, just in time. Whew. Glad I ran him to weapons right away. It's like if I delayed that at all, that would not have timed out okay. Oh, ended at 19. Oh, that's rough, man. Oh, that NGB against Phase 3. That's tough. That's a ship that can be tough in Phase 3, because it's like, even if you pick up a bunch of crew, it's like you can still be at like 5 crew or something, because you just, you know, you start with just the 1, obviously. But 19's really awesome. Like, if you can get 19, you can definitely get a cycle for sure. Alright, so I'm gonna like start repairing the oxygen right away, because that's got me a little sketched out. Especially like being at a sun here. Gonna try and save the bombs at this point. Oh, you're so close. I think maybe you just run and help do it real quick. Oh, I meant to do the lasers there. I'm gonna waste the bomb. Because it's like if fires start in here from the sun or something, like, that's no good. It's like that should go up pretty quick because the oxygen is so low already. It's like their health is so high. I don't really know if I have time to like do this. I should have been charging already because it's like I knew I was going to use the breach anymore. Shit. Yeah, I just know this is going to work out. Just kill him. What am I doing here? That's what I don't need. Alright. So that really wasn't that bad, just the one hull damage. I just started getting a little worried being so low on oxygen with the thing vented into crew, but that worked out fine. But yeah, I mean, my goal originally was 1 cycle also, is how this whole streak started, you know, obviously. And I think the one I got right before it was a 17 win streak, which I lost on Slug B. And that's the one I learned that sometimes you have to, even as early as Sector 2, it's worth rushing to the sector and missing jumps to find a store. But, you know, that's you gotta learn things one thing at a time. Don't really think we have a whole lot for distress options. Let me go here. Yeah, I've done it the same way throughout the whole cycle. It's funny actually because it just changed over partway through me doing it. With my stats for the first like 100 games, I wasn't gonna do ships that I had done in the last 10 runs either, to like stop it being like, oh well, when I was, you know, expecting to just get shorter little streaks, I don't want to just like get stealth B 4 times and just like keep losing, you know, 3 win streaks, you know, that were only like 3 wins long to it. So I was like, I have to, you know, get like 10 games between repeating a ship, and then also just like wanted to play a variety of them. But then at the start of this streak, which was like my like 96th or 97th run, I was like, whatever, I'm close enough to 100, like I'm getting big streaks now, I'm just gonna like do it pure random. But I don't think it ended up mattering at that point anyways. Right, I gotta save your position here because you're not the engines person, you're the weapons person. Defense drone. So they could have a system repair bot also, which is a little more. Really depends what this bomb is, because it's like really they're not that threatening. So there's a chance we can like move to the bio beam, and they don't have any way to heal also, so we should definitely be able to get a crew kill here. You know, I don't totally trust whatever this is. Alright. Trying to think if I want to use a bomb here or not. Yeah, small bomb. I mean, that's definitely problematic. Miss. Nice. Trying to switch here. Oh, did I just depower this before it fired? I just totally wasted a bomb. Man, that's something I do sometimes. They have such long animations. I mean, maybe I missed, but I'm pretty sure I just wasted a bomb there. So I also like didn't get a hit in on that room, but it's okay. We'll take a swipe first, assuming it doesn't hit our weapons here. Shields, alright, that's a problem. So this is definitely gonna hit me once, but that's like kind of okay. I'm just trying to think if I want to switch to a bomb in between here, if that's worth it. Like, probably. Really glad this is just a basic laser, obviously. Nice. This guy's pro. This is like the second dodge already, right? Oh, nice. So that killed him off entirely. So it's like, maybe I don't need to reach. But that was good insurance if that missed or something. I probably would have used it right there. This reach tile to tile. So it's like you want to hit, it's hard to tell without sensors, but you know, usually it's like if you hit just above the middle, you know, like you should get it because it's about what tile they're on. So I want to make sure like hit, you know, above the middle line to hit that tile and over here. So hopefully that gets both of them. Fire this early this time. Alright. Ion Blast. There you go. That's a weapon. That's a totally useful weapon because it's like we can do this now too. And it gives us a blue option. So that's totally great to find that. You know, it's not much, but it's like so flexible with everything we got going on already. Gives us more value in getting a point in weapons, but I'm definitely going to get a point in shields first. I'm trying to think if distress are worth it, really. Maybe go to one of them. Lead them to their destination. Alright. Yeah, maybe we'll go there. Let me measure this out so I know if I want to take all of these nebulas or not. What do I got? Well, I got 6 jumps before the exit, it looks like. So no, I don't want to take all of them. I want to take at most 2. I'm not really like desperate to go to a store. Maybe I can go here and then I can decide based off what that looks like if I want to go down there or if I want to go up here. That's 6. Have to go here, but yeah. Alright. Everyone here. I'll vet this out. Keep forgetting to being sloppy. I'm not doing all like the extra micro that is more optimal. Stuff I cared about a lot more when I was like really close to the world record, but not quite there yet. And now it's like a little more chill. Although, you know, now I'm really close to doing the 4th cycle, so that's definitely like my current goal. You know, after the world record, it was like, okay, we hit 100. I realized I really wanted to do that because it was so close, and that's like a cool number to hit. And then 112 is the 4th cycle, so that's the next goal. Beam and a missile. So really, It's just about what this thing does. The other thing is, if we want to use a bomb here, then we can totally just get a training ship. For weapons, at least, which is, you know, the most important thing. I'm trying to think if I want to gamble on it missing, or not missing, or not. Why not? Let's take a gamble. So Leto. Also, that was the other thing. It's like if it's Artemis, I think the breach would beat it. But Leto, not so much. Do you want to wait? Okay, let's miss. Just like that. Well, no, if it's Leto, we have a shields buffer. Because I was thinking if it hits us in the shields, there's a chance on hit drone control more, actually. But let's do that. Just make sure there's no fire or anything. Alright, so now what I'm going to do... Oop, that's not what I meant to do at all, actually. Whatever. That's still green. So what I want to actually do is that, so I can't miss. Then I'll breach. So now this won't get repaired. So now it's just a beam. So I can do a little bit of this. Just get the speed hack going. This is great because it's like we already have fast weapons with the breach and the dual lasers and stuff, and so even getting them the extra 10% faster on the charge, it's like suddenly we're like missing. We're hitting that drone a bunch and it's not blowing up, I feel like. But yeah, so it makes it so like weapons that we almost beat, like we can now beat, like that Leto. I don't know if the 10% like might beat the Leto right there. It might not with the breach one. It's close, but it makes a difference for sure. All right, so we got that done. Turn this off. Now we just kill him. Yeah, the nebula background, like you kind of see how it's generated when you see it sped up. It's a weird, like, pulsing thing. Definitely just going to go ahead and do that. There's a ton of value in doing it that way. I'll do that. It's like the quest isn't necessarily like, I mean, it can be pretty good, but it's not necessarily like that amazing of a quest, but it's a guaranteed something at least, I think. More of a chance at something. Just double checking the measurements here. I think it's hard to tell with the nebula thing. No. 38 scrap for doors 3 in sector 1. Not an ideal move. Alright. Ooh, mind control. Classic. Got the counter to that. I'm glad we got our training in also, because that'll help us out here more. Oh, they have no shields anyway. Nice. I mean, I think very few sci-fi things like represent space in that accurate of a manner. I mean, like we're hearing like all the crackling lightning and stuff too. I feel like the sound thing is something very few things do. But you know, you can always explain it away as a, you know, alternate universe kind of thing. Just curious how this is looking. Hopefully I measured right so I didn't waste a jump. Yeah, we can get 3 here. That should be totally fine. So the 1, 2, 3. So working out to be a pretty decent sector 1, even though it's that early exit. Shouldn't say that though, because I'm gonna get the 3 empty jumps at the end, right? Oh, this is a great one because so we don't do the anti-bio beam here. Very bad idea. Do not do that. We do the just good old weapons thing. Nice. Safe ship here so we can actually evasion train first. And then we get a weapon from this. So that's like super awesome. It's such a good event to find. Except when you're on like Crystal B and they have a Zoltan shield, it's really frustrating then. Because you're like, ooh, this is great. It's going to be a free weapon. That's exactly what I want in one of my first jumps. Like, you know, that'll be great. And it's like, oh, wait, never mind. I just have to run. Not fun. It's not obvious. I'm talking from personal experience. The time I was slighted by this quest. It's not, well, it always feels like a quest to me, but it's at the same jump. I feel like the way they word it makes it sound like it's going to be a quest. My favorite sci-fi book / movie / series. I feel like, you know, that's a tough one. I mean, in general, Ursula Le Guin is by far my favorite author, across the board, sci-fi or not. So she, you know, her stuff in general wins out with that. You know, classic Left Hand of Darkness is just like incredible. Dispossessed is really good. I mean, all of her things are amazing, honestly. I grew up on Star Trek, so it's like, you know, I really like Star Trek, but I don't think it's like an amazing thing. I don't watch it that much anymore, honestly. And I haven't seen any of the new stuff. But like Next Generation, you know, will always hold a fond place in my heart. You know, let's see. I'm trying to think of what's, you know, I mean, I like some of the more like weird art housey, like sci-fi stuff, for like movies, and also some like the really campy stuff, like the original Death Race and like Barbarella and all that is like pretty awesome. Actually, we don't need this bomb at all. Probably forgetting some things that are like really near and dear to me because I'm like really bad at coming up with things on the spot. Foundation series, yeah, absolutely. They are way up there. One of my all-time favorite. I actually just reread the main chunk of that last year. Let them live and then return to the settlement. Stun bomb. Alright, well I said a weapon, but you know, sometimes you get something far superior to a weapon. Also, I like Greg Bear a lot. There's, what's it called? Eon, and then there's like a couple of books that come after that is really good. And then also I really liked Slant, I think was the second book. I can't remember what the first book was called. There's another series he did with a couple books. And then there's like a Anvil of God or whatever. Anvil of the Stars, Forge of God. I don't know. Those two, the second one of those books is like really interesting. Alright, so yeah, take her one more jump. Oh, and then the other Asimov book, which is my favorite book of his, just because the middle third of the book is like one of the most, I'm making a rectangle for a third of the book on the screen, is like one of the most incredible things I've ever read. And then it was really interesting. I was like reading about it afterwards, and he said that it was like something that just like he wrote and he felt like was beyond himself when he wrote it, and it was just like he didn't really know how it came about. It was the gods themselves. I mean, the whole book is good, but there's like a section in the middle that's kind of like a book on its own almost, and it's just like it's wild. I can't like recommend that enough. It's so good. I was actually thinking about rereading that like imminently, but I felt very justified when I was like, man, it's like I really like it, but I feel like that was just like way crazy good. Just like the writing and just the way things were. I don't want to spoil anything. And so I felt very justified when I went and read it, and he was like impressed and like almost sounded like he didn't want to take credit for it because he felt like it was just like better than himself, and it just like happened. I was like, well, I think that's because like you're incredibly talented, but yeah, I mean Asimov definitely he I believe had degrees in a number of things. I think he taught a number of different sciences, and he's like one of the most published people of all times. He just has like over 500 published works, from like things in hard science to like fiction to not all stuff in between. He's like all over the map. He was super prolific. But yeah, no, the Foundation series, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of like hardcore FTL players are into the Foundation series. I feel like the logic that that book works in is like similar satisfying logic to FTL in some ways. I don't know. That's something. There's a chance that sits like in our hold here, like until flagship, and then we swap it out with the Biobeam store. That's such a tempting store, but I'm not going there, especially with the civilian sector here. So we're just gonna go civilian, obviously. I found it interesting when I was learning more about Slug, when her like father was the first like doctoral in sociology or something in the country. It was like when he was like one of the founding people in the field, and you can see like the influence of like sociology and how she constructs like worlds and societies in this like such a thought out manner for like all the implications of whatever changes she's made in the world. And it's just like I feel like goes beyond Asimov in my mind for like fully constructing a thought out world that like makes sense within itself. She just blows me away. She does a lot of sci-fi also. It's from like the same era as Asimov and whatnot. I'd say it's a little more like subtle and emotional, but in like understated, subtle ways. And so it's like interesting reading reviews of her, because some people like don't get it at all, and which is like totally valid, but like they'll think it's like really like flat, and it's actually like very moving and like poetic in a lot of ways. But just like as from a literary standpoint, her writing is like phenomenal. And then from like a sci-fi standpoint, her world building is just like one unto itself. Like that, I feel like it's very unique, her world building in general. But yeah, I definitely like, if you want to dive into one that's like one of her best, definitely The Left Hand of Darkness. Like not I don't want to spoil anything, but like it's basically about like a planet that has the people that live on that planet are like, they can switch between male and female. Like when it comes to mating, they can be one or the other. So like anyone can become pregnant at any time, or like be a man, like, so it's just, there's like no concept of gender to the society. And then it's also like a super cold planet. And then there's like an ambassador person visiting them from a more like traditional world. And it's like, I feel like already it's making it sound like, oh, it's set up to be like really like have a lot of social commentary or something, but it's like totally like not. It's the opposite of like Margaret Atwood in that it's not at all heavy-handed or even there. It's just like an honest representation. I don't know, clown. Yeah, it's like more. Everyone is like non-sexed, and then it's just like when they go into like breeding mode, they can be either gender at whatever time. You know, it can change throughout their life or whatever. Hey Sawyer, it is going well. Trying to decide. I probably want to take like 2 jumps before this store, just get a little more. I have the stun bomb to sell and the slug repair gel. But like if they have mind control and hacking, I want to buy both. I don't think we go for 3 though. Oh yeah, how are the 7 kittens? But I feel like I described Left-Handed Darkness very poorly. So I'd go like read some other description of it or something if you're interested. The Burst Laser 2 is a weapon. I'm going to say that. We're doing pretty good on bombs. We need to get fuel. That's definitely something. And thankfully the Mantis is going to be the first one to go somewhere to repair, aren't they? That's nice. I mean, we beat them by quite a bit. I'm wondering... I think we just put it right in there, it's fine. Right. I think their weapons are down. But you said it was foster kittens, right? Which, you know, I feel like if I was going to have 7 kittens, I think foster kittens would be much more ideal. But I feel like it'd be tough for me to do the foster kitten thing, because it's like, you know, you don't get to keep them. I'm assuming there's like fires or something somewhere. Or no, they just decided they want to change up what they're doing. They weren't feeling their lives. Nice. Welcome aboard, Yevon C. You are exactly... I was talking about how I wanted a rock so you could be my engines person. You're so welcome to come aboard. Just like exactly the crew I want. It's a case where I even possibly might want to rock over an NG if I could only pick one crew, like if I had that choice event. I'd possibly pick a rock. It's a hard call. NGs are so good. This is where it's like, this is where Fleet Pursuit Indicator would be helpful, because I'd see, like I have a better idea of where the first jump is, like when it's going to show up. Is it going to show up, you know, like here, or is it going to show up here? I'm trying to think about that distress beacon, obviously. Although, I guess, no matter what, even if it was like right at the edge there, I have enough room to take it. Because I'd have to see it already for it to be too close. So just to maximize my store scrap here. Hopefully it's not a like ask for fuel thing. Yeah, I realized that right as I jumped there. Yeah, not happening. Alright, that's too bad. Time to follow them. Alright, found a rebel. Defense and the anti-drone. The missile. But I think that still has to be Alito. I'm not positive it's the same in Sector 2 as it is in Sector 1. Yeah, see, if we had a reloader, we'd beat the Alito. But, alas, we do not. That's hitting something not that important, that's fine. So, easy again because I don't have a clone bay or a med bay or anything. So, we'll just keep shooting at them. Yeah, because it's the breach, they double up in there, which is nice. Okay, let me go this way. I think it's one of them. Don't love that. I was thinking if I got him in time, I'm not sure if I did, but then they'd lose their piloting in time to make sure I hit that. Alright, 4 fuel, 19 scrap, awesome. It's like if I knew I was going to get this event, you know, or that reward, I could have given away 3 fuel maybe. I guess it depends what happens with that store coming up. Okay, I gotta check out the kitten. Oh, look at those kittens. Adorable. Kittens are adorable. I'm definitely a cat fan. Yeah, like I can get the argument for like, you know, not knowing, you know, like there is an argument to be had, I think, for not having fleet pursuit and having it be vague about the jumps. But, you know, I don't think it's that compelling of an argument in the face of like because there's strategic value in like planning jumps with it also. You know, it's not like that just removes all thought. I still feel like there's a lot of thought that goes into like how to do jumps. I want to buy the burst laser still. I mean, well, I gotta buy hacking. That's just like gonna happen, obviously. That's not a choice. Just hold on to that whole beam still. Buy the burst laser. I guess I'm selling the ion blast then. And then I'm trying to go up to 4 weapon power soon, probably. Yeah, still got 15 bombs. I'm not going to hold on to the ion blast or the breach one. The whole beam and a bunch of drone parts. That's like totally a valid. That like totally might be a better strategy in speed run. That sounds. I mean, there you go. You sold me. That's the Neozar style. You nailed it. But like, you know, I can't. I that was my first thought. Was like that's probably the best strategy. Honestly, is buying the whole beam and being like, I'm gonna one shot everything pretty quickly. But that's just so boring to me. I can't do it. It's like maybe I just buy it now. It lets me do this and then both of those, which like isn't that a big deal, but it's mostly about letting me do. I gotta get power also to doing that with these. But I'm probably okay for like a jump or two, right? The rest of the sector. Yeah, alright. Hull's fine. Not getting anything else here, right? Not getting a fire beam or another crew. 3 drone parts is fine for now. Because it's like I don't think I should need to hack every fight or anything. Alright, let me ban this bot thing. Goodbye. Caught it pretty quick for once. That's nice. Alright, so we got the classic like Zoltan shield in a sun. I mean, I guess the Iron Blast would have been good here. Would have been better than Burst Laser in some ways. I was about to say, I'm glad we got this, but I'm like, well, I guess the Iron Blast actually would have been pretty good. But, you know, I'm perfectly happy with this. It's nice that they have completely non-threatening weapons here. That said, I still don't mind like hitting their weapons because then I can drop my shields a layer. Just trying to think if they have a med bay and stuff. I think with the sun and everything, it's not totally worth going for a crew kill here. I'm not even sure if you get more for it. I forget what the event was already. Probably should have checked. So let's just do this. No. So, I'm quite certain your like odds of taking damage go down with 2 shields, but obviously it can still happen. Right. So, you check if there's any fires there. You just run there quick. Yeah, it's just that room. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely not going there. Could double back multiple times. Yeah, I do need to buy some followers, you're right. Need to pump those numbers up, right? To soothe my ego. Engine hack event. Alright, that's fine. Command shields, you got no value being here otherwise. Non-threatening weapons. Actually, I was like, oh, actually, wait, you could do training, but no, you can't do training because of the engine hack event. So you don't get the manning. Whatever. Obviously, we're gonna get a crew kill here. The AI like freaked out for a second there. I wasn't sure what they were supposed to do next. Alright. Store. Alright, that's interesting, because totally could buy like mind control or something. Let me figure out my jumps. Let me figure out the rest of this sector pretty easy now. I'm assuming you can figure out how many jumps it actually is. It's definitely 6. It's quite possibly 7. It's another close one. Well, we can plan it out either way. Give ourselves a little room. How many? You can get 3 before the store, so yeah, we'll do 3 before the store. Well, I guess if we do 3 and it's not 7, then that's a dive, but it might also be okay. Figure it out. Explore the asteroid field. Asteroids. Ah. What a surprise! There's asteroids in it. Again, weapons, like, not that big a deal. Can use some power. Oh, get on engines. Although, shields manning in asteroids isn't terrible, honestly. We don't need to use a drone part, I don't think. You can probably get a crew kill without it still. Well, maybe want to use a bomb. We'll see. Honestly, you can run the beam and the bomb and just wait for an asteroid to get the shield. I mean, our shields were going to be up in time for the mini beam anyways, I'm pretty sure, but not necessarily, I guess, because we didn't have the guy in there. Oh, nice, we got a fire, that's good. Help speed this up a little bit. Alright. We can switch to that now too. Really going all the way up there after that? I don't think I can hit both. But maybe you'll run or something. Or I'll time it badly anyways. Alright, yeah, oh, you're doing thing because it was a breach. So now you both go there. Didn't even get the beam really to fire. Guess they're both very low. Alright. It's another one of those fights where it's like, I actually kind of feel like that one might be the same rewards whether you crew kill or not. But I didn't feel like looking it up, so just do it anyways, whatever. Good practice, right? It's fun. Still a valid way of being the ship. Just trying to see if I can tell any better after one jump, like, what this is going to be. It's like really close. One more chance to decide if we want to take 3 before the store or not. No, we're not hiring a mantis for scrap. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. If not, we'll have to dive the exit, and that's probably fine too. Like, not ideal, but... Alright, this is good, double rewards. Hacking's not good. Crew killing's never worse. That's not, there's definitely there's a few select times when crew killing is much, much worse than blowing up the ship. Like the one where you get the free weapon if you let them go or whatever, return to the settlement, because you got hired to just like threaten them, but then if you crew kill them, you get like low scrap or something. I think there's one where like something bad happens to you, I forget. Yeah, O2 stuff, I'm sloppy with my O2 micro between jumps. you want to have it be certain ways. Sometimes you want to be kind of vented. Sometimes you want to like let it build up if you're worried about it getting like hacked or something. Like if it gets hacked right now, it could be an issue for sure. So like you're totally right that there's is like micro that. This is good to know that the double beam drones. Yeah, look at this O2 hack. I mean, if it's like level 2 hacking or something, we'll hack their hacking or something, or just like shoot it first. Honestly, is gonna be the main thing I think. You're gonna have to like run over into the med bay right away. No, not yet. So I think that was just level 1. So that's good. But either way, might as well shoot their hacking a bunch. There you go. Start working on the crew kill because they don't have any way to heal. Yeah, I could just sit in the med bay also, it's true. Did that hit all 3? Guess we'll find out. Yep, because it hit both those. So we want to hit all 3 then for sure. So just gotta get this guy now. All right, that's good scrap. That's a good thing to find right before the store. That's a crappy store, wow. Crew, sensors, clone bay, drone control. It's like, I don't want sensors yet. Like, I might buy that late game, you know, it's not worth switching that. I don't want to buy drone control here with a system repair drone. Well, at least you got fuel. I got the scrap for it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna hold on to that whole beam still. Not worth buying crew. What do we have left for jumps? We got 3 jumps. Hopefully. How tight is it? It's looking good. I think we're good. It's always good when I feel like I'm feeling better about it the closer we get. I'm like, okay, it means it's moving in the right direction at least. Just trying to think if I want to do that yet or not. Like, I'll probably just float it until we take a jump next sector, in case we find an event store, or there's a store first jump next sector, forced or otherwise, you know. Don't need the anti-bio beam here. Mostly non-threatening weapons here. Yeah, have you just been doing them in a random order now, or is there like a way you've been deciding otherwise? Yeah, it's one of those things too where it's like, I kind of thought also that it was like, oh, there was like this way that people all did it. And I found out like, oh, Thomas didn't do that on his win streak, which was like the world record at the time and was for like 3 years. And I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. And like, I don't have a problem with that. And so yeah, that's totally fine, you know. And it's like, I never really thought it mattered that much. And it's just kind of like how I like doing the streaks anyways myself. Yeah, I thought so. We hit their chain. with one of our shots. But yeah, it's like it really doesn't matter much. You know, I was like very slightly tempted. Actually, I'm just gonna wait. This isn't gonna make it. When I was like approaching the world record, because it was just like 9 runs into the 4th cycle or something. I was like so tempted to just be like, oh well, let me just like play all the good ships. But I felt at that point it felt kind of cheap switching to that after like doing it. You know, it was so obvious if I did it that that's what it was for. Like, and Hollow does, as far as I know, he does it all random, and like that's what I'd been doing the entire time already. And then of course I got almost like every single of the worst ships in the beginning. But then it made it feel really like I achieved it when I got there. So you know, I'm glad I didn't cut around. But like I don't feel like it's that way for, especially it's like for doing one cycle. It's like, you know, you got to do all the ships. What does it matter what order you do it in? It's all of them or it's not. Man, this is a tight one. I may have measured this wrong, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's actually a little closer now than I was thinking. I guess we'll see. Glad I have the map here, so I know that's not a hazard, because I'm going to want to upgrade my engines for sure. Possibly my piloting. Stealth B, Rock A, Fed C, Slug B. Oh, hey, Guillotine Girl. Yeah, like, you can also do it, you know, what ships you're just personally bad at, even if it's not, like, the worst ships. My reasoning for, like, not trying to do that was I didn't want to just, like, have to play the worst ships over and over again. Because also when I started streaking, like, I didn't feel like I was at a point to get a win, like, a cycle. So I just kind of, just wanted to, like, play all the ships to get wins on them on hard and stuff. I don't think it's worth hacking at this point still with just the one missile, one shield. There it is. Alright, good. It wasn't in a spot where I could shoot down anyways. I don't have to feel bad about being lazy. Although I don't really think it was lazy. I didn't want to delay the volley that much. I have no way to heal. Near the Mantis on repairs, so we're just going to switch right to the anti-bio. Fun. I wonder if Mike's gonna put out some new tables on like fire spread and extinguishing with venting and stuff. Now that the Swift Tiger was sharing all that information in the Discord about like how the programming works for that stuff, because I don't think that's ever really been known or explored before. Most care about that NG because he's the fast repair. You know, the rock is a little annoying, but like not a big deal. All right. Yeah, Rico, such a big part of win streaking is like the mental game, and I feel like almost everyone has like when they're trying to get a cycle has a streak they lose to like getting cocky at a certain point, because it's like you realize like, oh, I could do this actually, like I can get a bunch of wins and I'm winning like bad runs or bad ships, and then it's like, and then you have a good run or something's going good and then you lose it. Like I definitely did. I threw 2 runs in a row. Well, not 2 runs in a row, 2 cycles in a row. And then had a moment of like, okay, I need to decide if I want to like actually try and do this and like focus a little more and be a little more serious, or if I just like want to play for fun, just like do whatever kind of thing. And obviously I chose to go for it. Hey, look at that. All right, it was safe. You know, because that's the thing. If it wasn't safe, I just wouldn't have trusted it. I would have known, and because I don't like diving, obviously, so I'm pretty good at avoiding it. So this has to go in my like Hall of Fame for jumps I'm pretty happy about calling. That's a pretty close one, and definitely it was value because the extra jump I took before the store was double reward, so we got like 40 scrap from that jump. So that had a ton of value also. So that really worked out. And so that right there, that's the ruler advantage for sure. Ruler advantage, yeah. Mind control, we have non-slug crew now. I guess you could just go right to shields, honestly. You don't need to be in weapons for level 3. Man, level 2 mind control also, that's a pain. Come on. I guess I don't need that. Alright, where's this missile coming in? It's coming in from behind. Alright, can't shoot that. Whatever, I guess you get repair training. Why don't you break it a level? I feel like I so rarely have a crew that gets like repair trained. Unless I'm, you know, like playing NGB or something. Stun bomb. Alright, that's our second stun bomb. Pretty exciting. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like an edge case, but there's times where like that repair timing is so critical, and you see it like with shields and stuff, where it's like, you know, your bubble comes up like right as that heavy laser hits or something, or you know, like your cloaking comes up right as the surge is hitting you. Yeah, other times it just doesn't matter because it's just not going to happen, or it's like way in advance. But it's definitely one of those things that like can be really impactful. NG or abandoned? That's kind of interesting, honestly. Because abandoned are like pretty high scrap sectors, and we do okay with crew killing them because we have the anti-bio beam. And there are 2 stores also. And it's like NG, I'm just also wary of NG sectors. It's like everyone's been having some like rough times with NG sectors just being like really low scrap when you get unlucky. So I'm like wary of that. There's also not as many ships to fight. Yeah, there's all the free stuff of it. I might go abandoned. Yeah, it's like that. I was like, I wonder what chat's thinking. I was like, yeah, obviously chat. Everyone wants abandoned sectors, because sector 3 abandoned isn't a big deal still. It's sector 4 where they start getting bombers, and usually sector 4 bombers aren't so bad. I mean, it's like, you know, they can have flak weapons and stuff, which sucks. But we're going in pretty strong. I feel like with the, you know, we're gonna upgrade obviously as well, and we got extra crew and like the doors, we have hacking. And the fact that it's like still 2 stores guaranteed definitely helps out as well. Store, so I'll probably go there immediately. Yeah, no, NG's definitely the easy. Like, if you're ever feeling lazy or you want to like speed run, I feel like you probably go NG then too, because it's just like you just click stuff sometimes. It won't even be a fight. Mind control, burst laser 2. Anti-bio beam. We could have had 3 hull beams by now, and 2 anti-bio beams. Go double anti-bio, double hull beam for phase 1, and then triple hull beam for the other phases. That's like actually kind of disgusting. But like really weird. So I think we have to sell that. I'm gonna buy mind control. Can't not buy mind control. I'll check, is there a store? Another store? And it's like we can't not buy the burst laser. Like have all these weapons, and I like didn't do any. It's like I might have to sell something else here. I shouldn't have 6 weapons. 6 weapons is too many weapons. I'm gonna be honest. 6 weapons is too many. So if I'm going up to 4, it's like I really need 5 for a lot of these things too. Oh, I buy the Lanius and the teleporter. That does sound like a play that I do. I mean, I don't think I've bought a teleporter once in any of my like 200 whatever runs in my stats, but you never know when it's gonna be the day. So I'm also at the point where maybe I just ditch the hull beam. I mean, it's like I've got a 7 laser volley set up already. You know, once I get the power for it, obviously. I do want to swap those out. My hesitation here is that like I need quite a more scrap to go up to 5 weapon power to actually run all of these together. So it's like 4 weapon power doesn't actually do a ton. I mean, it lets me run these 2 together, I guess. And I don't want to like, yeah, I gotta buy fuel. But like if I'm going up to 4 weapon power, like this is still, I want to run the breach on instead of this, I think. But I don't want to ditch this either. No, I'm definitely not swapping out the anti-bio beam yet, because partly just because I like it, but partly because it's like I really really like the combo of like the triple laser with the anti-bio beam is just like doing crew kills in the first like 10 seconds of fights with mind control and hacking. It's a great combo in my opinion, at least for like the way I play also. So that's like what I want to build into. So it's like as much as I also like the breach one, I have the power, it's like that's going to get phased out for sure. Like I want to phase that out for this over time. So I can also kind of spam it out even if it's against Lanius. And it's like this is my plan for like in my mind I don't use this until flagship and I'm swapping for anti-bio beam. So now I'm like, well actually this scrap's kind of critical at this moment. And I'm not worried about flagship because if I don't get any more weapons, like I can kill it with just these lasers. So I think I ditched that, even though it's really good also, just because it's not the way I want to play right now. I buy that, and I really want to go up there, but I gotta buy power also. My power's already like pretty low. But I definitely hold on to this for now. It's just like there's no point when I'm going to really run that until I get more power, because this is better and this is better. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. I mean, really, I just need cloaking now and reloaders. Alright, so before I forget, thank goodness for that, yeah. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break here for a minute because I haven't done that yet and I need a drink and stuff. And yeah, this is looking great. This is looking fun. Fun times on the Slug A. Good shit. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. And thank you for the hydration redemption. It's appropriate timing. My reloaders have been contentious. Yeah, I mean, that's always been a contentious thing. I feel like when I was first, starting to do win streak stat stuff, when I was like getting just tiny little streaks, like that was already a thing I talked about some. And it was like kind of, felt like, oh, it's like the person who's like learning the game and doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, that's like the thing they're into. And it's like kind of vibe I got a little bit, that's probably just like my own projection. But then it's like, then I got my cycle and then it kept growing. Like, okay, like I'm still buying these reloaders and I actually think more highly of them than I used to. So, I think they're worth considering. But I think a big part of it is I find a lot of value with them specifically in certain play styles that I do. And I feel like if you don't use them and like you don't take those advantage of them in the specific ways, like a lot of its interactions with like mind control and hacking, they really like lose that like extra edge that makes them more worth buying and stuff. And so I think people sometimes will like know that they don't do that play style or they don't do it as much, and so it like will seem less valuable to them because they're, you know, if they bought it, it'd be in a time when I wouldn't have bought it either, because it's like, oh well, it doesn't fit working that way. Um, like stuff with like one-shot builds and all of those things, or like beam builds, a lot of time, I don't think it has as much value. So when people like do those or boarding and all the like when that's their main strategies, which are like totally reliable, valid ways to win, it gets a lot less value. So I think that's part of the reason it's like kind of a contentious thing, because it'll be like really obvious that it's like not that worth it to some really good players, because of the way that they play. And so it's like they'll like be really dismissive of it, and then I'm like, no, it has like so much value because of like this specific way that I play. Man, level 3 cloaking? That's nutty. Come on. Alright, so we want to get stuff going on other weapons, obviously. Like, I'm gonna hack their weapons. I just gotta be good about power micro here. Alright, well, that makes it easier. I've got that power now. Right, so possibly one miss. Weapons, that's too bad. Yeah, so that miss, that was a fake miss. That's so mean how they do that, because there's one hit shields, one hit weapons, one hit med bay. Alright, so yeah, let's take the breach down, that's fine. Trying to decide if I'm gonna mind control him off the bat. I think I am, because it's like I really want to get damage in on their weapons, and I got one shot for it before they cloak again. So I'll probably do mind control at this point also. Alright, great. Now, do I change my weapons to get the biobeam going? Probably. I think that's what I want to do. Because it's like I can use the bombs, because I have the burst one in my inventory that I want to switch to. Yeah, Reloaded, there's definitely some players, I'm not going to like name any names, obviously, because it's like, I think a diversity of opinion and play styles is like healthy, as long as like people express it politely, you know. It's going to be like the forever cloak, that's right. But like there's definitely people who describe them just as straight up trash and like not worth it ever, to the point of like I think just like selling them automatically also. Although I'm not positive on that, but just like that's what it seemed like. To people being like, oh well, sometimes like a free one you can, or just like win more at the end, but otherwise they're like really, there's like no value. Which are obviously opinions I disagree with quite a bit. I guess the mind control really helped out, probably like level 1 piloting. Beautiful. So glad that he's doing it this way. Alright, so that's the slug gone. Oh, and the energies are both almost dead also. That was a really wonderful weapon volley right there. Down to 8. think I got this. Oh, and he's suffocated. All right, 28 and 13. That's a bunch of scrap. That is really nice. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing. It's like sometimes it's like they really, I mean, it might save you a few seconds of waiting, but it won't ever change like basically any fight if you're playing certain ways. I think also, I'd say in general, the no pause community seems much more against them, which I think makes sense. Because it's like the way I see their value is if you're really precise with your timings, because you have to take advantage of all those like fractions of a second to get the value out of them. So if your timing's not like, you know, perfect already, or not, you know, near perfect, whatever. I just got my power bar. I don't need to micro this heavy. It's like the value definitely goes down. But I'd say, I mean, most like I'd say probably most people who've gotten win streaks, well, I'd say basically everyone who's gotten a win streak, like a cycle, would say that I overvalue them. But I'd say most people who I've talked to at least, like, don't really think they're worth considering buying until like it's a point of win more. Like they'll hold on to free ones, but I think for the most part they think they're like never or virtually never worth buying, like outside of late game or like just getting a free one or something. So I'm mostly concerned about this big missile, obviously. Alternatively, how much life did 125? Just trying to think of like how quickly we could just kill them. So I got to use a drone part to do that safely, but I don't know, it's kind of a fun way to do it. See if we can have the timing work out at this point already. Alright, so we're mind control and hack. They have no way to heal or clone, only 2 crew. So the goal here is we just kill them both on our first volley, and get the crew kill just like right then. It's like they might not be fast enough for this. I might just eat a missile, which I kind of knew going into it. But I'm kind of curious about the timing right now, like without like non-manning versus manning, but no reloaders. I mean, it's gonna be tight, I think, at least. Yeah. Alright, you gotta repair. And then you just jump away. So that worked out fine. That's kind of what I thought too. I thought I'd be able to kill them at least before it hit me. So that definitely worked out. I mean, there's probably a way I could have done that fight without using a drone part at all. And just like shooting their weapons first, but it doesn't totally matter. Yeah, it's like this is another fight where it's like if I had cloaking, that strategy would just I'd do it every fight because I'd cloak the first missile and then I'd kill all 3 in piloting like repeatedly. But like the ship's not strong enough quite yet to do that, so I'm gonna like resort to doing this stuff still. How greedy can I be? Probably not this greedy, but we'll see. No, that's the timing there. See, all these things, if I had a reloader, I could have shot this and it would have hit before this hit, so it would have taken this offline. And then I would have had to use a hack and I could have mind controlled him and brought them all in there and opened the doors. But I need a reloader for that. And like, it doesn't really matter, it just like makes the timing easier. So it's not like a big deal. But sometimes it's more critical for sure. So I'm just gonna like let him fix the breach because it's kind of whatever, and I'll just wait on mind control and hacking to have their cooldown speed done. Get them all in there. Tempted to just waste a missile anyways, but it's silly because it's like even if I get rid of it, we can still like sell them at those events or something. Stealth weapons is like, I think, a pretty underrated augment. Like I don't often have the times where it's like I can take great advantage of it and I find one that so it's like worth buying, although it happens every once in a while. But like I've definitely gotten a free one and then be like, I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna upgrade cloaking earlier and like lean into it, because it's like I play with fast weapons a lot too, so it's like there's a lot of value in those kind of things there. I think Mike has also, I believe he said that he thinks stealth weapons is kind of like undervalued and is pretty good. This is too bad. This can be such an amazing trade sometimes because it's like 1 to 7 fuel, I think, for like 25 to 40 scrap or something. So this is like a bad weighting of it. And if we had a ton of fuel, it'd be worth it still, but I'm not going to buy a Lanius either. Oh, that's awesome. So to get double burst laser 2s with stealth weapons, that's pretty fun. Yeah, no, I know I could have had Lanius board, and I know it. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to the store still. They might have reloaders, they might have battery, they might have both. Drone control, sensors, teleporter, no. No. Close. Hacking stun, that's close, right? Hey, Sem. No, this store sucks, that's too bad. Had fuel issues, oh. See, I'm just gonna do that now. There's no more stores this sector, and it's like I don't have a ton of sector left, but do I just do this? Yeah, I just do this then. I mean, this is just like so good. 7 lasers, hacking mind control. Sorry, Breach. I do like you. I always sell the Breach one before I want to. I just want this ship to have so many weapon slots, and I can just swap between all the weapons all the time. I always have this problem on this ship because I want to keep all 3 of the starting weapons for the whole run, basically. Yeah, no, bomb totally has more utility in a lot of ways. I have a decent number of bombs. It's true. I'm keeping the beam kind of for fun, and kind of also, like, I know a lot of people don't like the beam, and so I feel like I'm hoping that I'll have some opportunities to show ways that it's, like, useful later game and with different builds and stuff. And mid-game or whatever, you know, like, whenever. Alright, I'm good on fuel now. Drone parts are fine. 6 isn't great, but it's good enough for now. But it's also definitely a point of, like, there's a lot of choices I can make here that would all be just as good because it's a pretty solid point in the run. Yeah, it's like I'd say probably on average I ditch it sector 5 or 6. And sometimes I've ditched it probably by sector 3 before. But I've also ditched it, I'm sure. Like, I know I've had it, you know, at flagship and just had it in my inventory because I used up until like the fight before. I know I've used double biobeam on flagship before, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't on stealth or on Slug A. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was on. I think it was actually on Slug C. I want to say. It's just because like I just found them. I think one of them I found right before flagship also, and then I had like triple reloader or something ridiculous, and so I did a crew kill phase 1 with the double biobeam. It was fun, but it like wasn't an ideal setup in the end. It definitely had a few, you know, it was a little bit rougher than it needed to be just for like having fun. But it was a good time. Alright, that's, you know, fun intruder event. Alright, that's cool, that's cool. Yeah, triplets to kill rocks with one side, that's true. It's a valuable point. So whatever. Just go fight. But yeah, it's like I realized very quickly that like, because I forget what other weapons I had with it. I feel like I had decent other weapons to go with it, but not like incredible. And it was like, oh, without like doing a bunch of damage on their shields and the stuff going on there, like I can actually only hit like 2 crew at a time. There's like no big swipes you can get easily until you start moving them all around. So it was like a lot slower getting going than I hoped. Yeah, Clone Bay this time. Play it a little bit safer. Like fast weapons, only level 1 shields though. I don't want to hit him too much though, because it's like let him punch through, so hacking can cool down and stuff. And then mind control him in there and whatnot. Alright. Satisfying Lanius melt. Yeah, we're not buying a rock, fighting rock for 44 scrap. So we're gonna attack him. Ooh, chain ion. The deadliest of the weapons. Double shields though. Kind of obnoxious crew. No way to heal. Good job hitting the NG first. That's kind of what I wanted. Make sure he dies. Because the rock's not going to get one shot, right? He's going to have like 45 life left. Which means I'm going to put something into weapons. time is going already. So now we just gotta shoot him down. Alright, so we're going to take the NG here for sure. Just blue options. Repairs are great. It's a pretty easy choice, I think. Since we already got the rock in the engine's room. You know, Mantis are useful. It's like I'd pick Mantis for the next one just to have, you know, well, extra blue options, the few they have, and then also some border defense. But obviously not going on chart, that's too bad. I was really hoping that was the Slug Nebula. Sector 4 slugs. WQQZ and I were just talking about that before, how Sector 4 slug is so good. I mean, we're going to get crew kills a lot of ships either way, so it doesn't super matter, but like there's so many easy crew kills there. Or like a good chance at finding them. So I'll probably go this way. I don't know actually. Either way, that's terrible. Because it's like you have to be there with 2 jumps to go. So now I gotta go this way then, right? Because it's one of those times where it's like, oh, it's a late exit, but the way it connects, it's like kind of terrible. Double NG is really nice, but I'm always about diversity for sure. Like, because there are blue options for the Mantis that are useful, and then like there are uses for like being able to like DPS a border down quicker, or like boarding drones or ion drones and stuff. Like sometimes you just need the DPS. And I find like that's like having those options ends up being more valuable to me than stacking up on one of them. But yeah, definitely a little bit of an awkward sector, but at least it's like awkward sector with a late exit usually is like, you know, you can take advantage of it better still. Just trying to think about like spending money because I want to get cloaking soon, hopefully, so I don't really want to spend it. I think we're okay. We have a pretty overwhelming volley here. Try to be hero and attack them. Alright, they're boarding. Big missile. Just like go punch them down. Just try and kill them quick, honestly. You know, vent out also. Let's see. So this is a Hermes, right? Because the charge. Or wait, no, it's not a Hermes. Because if it was a Hermes, it'd be faster charging. So that's a. What is that then? The other one? Some other one. Pole missile, probably. Just still trying to decide about how greedy I'm trying to be here with this crew kill. Like, because I want to just shoot their weapons and just like have that be enough. But they might dodge everything. And it's like I don't know if I have enough with my hacking to like get a second volley in. Though I think because it's not Hermes, I do. So I might try that. And then I can just control the room and make it faster. I guess you two should go in there probably. Alright, awesome. So we got damage in there. So we'll let him in. Let's heal for a second. Actually, we don't need that. That's what we don't need. Alright, so now we get them to fight in there, and then we just shoot them. So close. Alright, they do have a med bay. I didn't even think about that. Doesn't super matter. Oh, they must have a higher level piloting or something. There we go. Destroy the ship and salvage it. It's just guaranteed scrap versus like hoping for scrap. Also with the weird sector layout. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's more value then. Maybe not. Maybe there's less. Not really sure. Alright. So that does connect up there. But I don't really want to go that way. Like, I'm wondering if I should go there. But then I don't see all these instead, so no, I'm not going to do that. So I'll just like kind of forget about these and kind of go up this side. I just go here first just so I know where stores are. I can plan it out that way. Wait party investigate. Got a quest. Probably won't go there. I mean, that can be a decent reward, but this is like such a bad jump thing right here. And there's no way to get there and like not have to double back. So I'm gonna go here first before the store to see if we can get a little more scrap in case there is cloaking there. No, that's fine. Might just be like buying 3 fuel and jump. Could have had 4 hull beams. Could have done it. But I'm pretty glad we came here. Got a reloader. And something else. What did I just buy? I just clicked on something. Oh, battery. Battery. Oh, we totally needed a battery. That's super helpful, actually. Awesome. What a great store. Thanks, NGs. Bring joy to my run. 5. Cool. Yeah, nothing to sell, right? Yeah, nothing to sell. So yeah, that's working for me there. It's the way I like to play. Promise to help. NG crew, 40 scrap. Nice and easy. My upgrade path is still just like safe for cloaking. Yeah, I kind of gotta figure out like how to waste as few jumps this weird sector as possible, so that I can just get 6 before the exit. Yeah, so I can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 2 like whoop whoop. Double check that I'm measuring that right at the exit. Yeah, alright, we're good. Papers that I like knock down somehow. Let's do it. Accept their offer of surrender. NG crew, have your NG crew member hail the vessel and assess the damage, because there is the flurry of comm signals and the smashing ships. So we get our dirty little low scrap. Oh, 6 fuel, that's nice. Been a little low fuel this run. Just double check this quick. Make sure I'm not doing something foolish. Aid the civilian ship. Alright. Hopefully double rewards here. shoot him. Yep. Do that. Oh, I should have switched to the bio beam. Oops. I'll switch after this volley. I'm not like doing too much damage, I don't think so. Yeah, me saving a drone part on hacking that I don't want to use. I'm gonna like burn them down by accident. That should make him run to piloting, which will run through the fires and possibly die. No, it's fine. Get him next one. Probably 4 scrap, and I was full hull, so, you know, we got a sarcastic captain be like, oh, I'll patch up that damage. Yeah, there's no damage. We get it. You're hilarious. Private their specialty, oxygen for 16 scrap. I mean, it's a deal, but that's not worth it right now. Attempt to download ship's data stores, get some more scrap. Hey, a store. You gonna have cloaking? You are gonna have cloaking. And you're not gonna have a reloader and make me be like, oh, what do I do? So that's really nice. And that's why I didn't buy the cheap oxygen for 19 scrap, because then I wouldn't be able to afford cloaking without selling something. So I feel good about that one, because I was considering that for like half a second. Alright, so this is like such a good run. $33 scrap. Alright, so end of Sector 4. Take our evaluation here. We've got picked up hacking, cloaking, mind control, battery, 3 crew. We've added a burst laser 1 and 2 to our weapons, 5 weapon power, 2 shields, and a reloader. And about like a couple power bars for sure too. That's looking like a pretty good first 4 sectors. Got a bunch of fuel, missiles, drone parts. Looking like a pretty solid start to this Slug A run. Let's see, what time is that? I think we'd probably do one more sector tonight at least. Sector 6, but yeah, I definitely feel like I've had builds that are like this at the beginning of Sector 6. Where it's like, okay, I just got everything, but I'm like way underpowered for the ships, so I have to do like tons of micro and playing to like figure out how to like fight these ships. But instead it's, you know, now it's being Sector 5, and I'm like, alright, I can just like blast all these ships away. But yeah, so I'll do one more sector, and I think I'll call it a night. And then do the next 3 sectors probably tomorrow night. Seems likely. But I gotta take a break for just 1 minute before we finish up here. And I'm trying to think of like a poll that I can do, but like, you know, I'm sorry chat, I just don't trust you guys to make decisions for me. So, you know, maybe when we have to kick off crew again, that can be the thing. But yeah, if anyone has any ideas about like polls and stuff, because that was fun last time to do that, let me know. Alright, let me just be real quick. This one will be a quick one. Alright, I am back. I realized one I could have done, but I'm not going to do now because I don't like hold it up, is asking what upgrade I was going to do next, because I realized there's an upgrade I'm going to do right away. There's one thing I'm going to spend money on, so I mean, if anyone wants to guess just like in chat, you know, here's your chance. I'm not going to do type of poll and like figure out that stuff. But, you know, I don't know. Actually, whatever. Maybe that'd be fun. I can do one quick. All right. Oh, predictions can only have 2 choices? Or is that not right? Is this one messed up? Oh, here, yeah, poll. That's the one where you get multiple. There you go. Thank you. Yes. So what's my upgrade? All right. All right. Here we go. So what's my upgrade? We got 5 options there. And I've predetermined what it is, obviously. You know, I wouldn't change depending on the poll, so. You can see what we get. But yeah, I think also I didn't realize when I walked away that I was going to buy an upgrade immediately. But then it's one of those things where I feel like I knew. I was like, I had to take a break for a minute because there's something I'm going to figure out while I take a break. And I came back and I was immediately like, oh, there's that upgrade I got to do. And so I'm curious to see if anyone is attuned enough to know what I'll go for here. on it for 1 minute instead of 2, but I had 2 minutes selected already, so I just went with it. But yeah, okay, I'm glad that you find this fun. I think this is a cool thing to do. I feel like there's ways, like there's probably certain like kinds of polls that we could do that make sense for how I play. I feel like this is like a good one because it's kind of like a learning one also. And you can like learn what I'm up to. Hey Ray, this is beginning of Sector 4. So Sector 5. Sector 5, not Sector 4. Beginning of Sector 5. But still, we're pretty cracked out. We got all our systems except for sensors. Obviously baller weapons. And we got a reloader. And then I just did a poll for what my next upgrade is. And let's see, what are our results here? So we got 1 vote for Power Bar and 3 votes for Engines 3. Oh man, so you guys are actually pretty good. Yeah, that's totally my buy, Engines 3. I guess that wasn't such a difficult one. Yeah, as much as I'm not an engines person, it's like I just want that openness in case I gotta run. I probably should buy power too, since I have a scrap for it. I mean, I have battery. Yeah, I have battery. I'm fine for like a couple jumps. But yeah, it's like it doesn't really matter at this point how strong I am. It's like you always want to have an out for running, and especially it's like getting into Sector 5. Like 2 engines is just kind of slow for running if like something happens. You never know. Some crazy hazard you just get wrecked at. Drone goes insane, just starts shooting like 1,000 times. But I'll probably buy power pretty soon. Yeah, most people push engines to 4 after getting cloak. I often sit at 3 for a while. I feel like I guess it's gambling that doesn't matter that much at that point often. And I just like want to buy reloaders and weapon points or something. Or float scrap and just take damage and be smirky about it. We check it out. The odd moon, 34 scrap, alright. Yeah. Buy a power bar here. So whoever put power bars or guests, like, you weren't far off, obviously. Hacking 2 is definitely like a consideration. Shields 3 is a consideration. My primary consideration is neither of those things, though. So that's another thing you can think about. But I feel like it'd be too obvious if I just put it into another poll here. Can't overdo it. Alright, boarding, clone bay, big missile. I've got the drone part, so I'm just gonna do like weapons hacks. Keep it safe. Whatever. Vent it out. Mind control the NG. Never. Wait, I guess no one needs their evasion training. Never mind. That's a waste. I meant to do the biobeam after that, but that's fine. Alright. Pretty safe here. The timing of that, I was like, there never felt like there was a good moment there to swipe. It's kind of my fault for how I volleyed it, I guess, but... Alright, there we go. All right, Zoltan. That's another. Look at our diverse crew here. We just need like a mantis. We're pretty good. Guess we could have bought that Lanius, but then we would have had enough money for all the things we want. Oh, you're a repair person also. That's cool. It's like there's not like that many great places to put you, because you have to like run through weapons if you want to do stuff in here, or you're like just kind of wasting power up here sometimes also. I guess over here I can run power in and out of hacking. Leave the human to run around if I want him to. I don't care about shields training all that much. Yeah, so I think what I want to do next, ideally, is like weapon 7. Alright. So, auto ship, hack evasion, just like, oh, oof. Glad I caught that when I did at least. Which is what you do with auto ships. Almost always, like, unless you have some insane, like, even if you have some insane volley, unless you, like, you need to hack their weapons or something for, like, defensive reasons, like, auto ships just dodge. That's just what they do. I didn't count. I mean, it doesn't super matter because I can do this. 90% is pretty good, right? Yeah, 90% is fine. Because if I counted, then I would have hit their piloting also, so then my next volley would also be guaranteed to hit, but that's fine. We got lucky. You just never want to count on being lucky. Because like, there's all kinds of times. It's because I'll count being lucky like not the worst outcome happening, even if it's something that's like 80% likely to happen. So that's why I feel like I'm lucky all the time. When you're always assuming like or thinking about the worst outcomes that might happen. Oh, the breach bomb probably been great against auto ships, but also like all my lasers are great against auto ships too. Yeah, when you have to shields hack an auto ship just because like you don't have enough firepower, like you have like 2 shots against 2 shields or something, it feels so bad. Oh yeah, so definitely I've talked about it a little bit. I have a lot more stuff updated now on my YouTube for anyone who's interested in like watching runs of other ships. I've almost all of the stuff I've streamed. I've got like 10 runs left or so left to update, like my most recent 10. But so starting from like run number 67, I think, up to like run number 100 are all up on YouTube now. Yeah, Sawyer was first. He commented it. It's true. Can't deny it. And then once I finish, get those like last, whatever, 10 up, I'm gonna probably do like a post on Reddit or something and point out some of the more interesting ones for anyone who wants to do that. Assault and shields, just obnoxious, but that's what happens when you go help. Nice. I want to go to the med bay. That's a good place for them to go. Let me just think about this. Yeah, so I'm not mind controlling. I'm not messing with that stuff on my ship. That's a waste. So whatever, I can run. Doesn't matter. Nice. We got them all. You gotta be careful, actually. Oh, I get distracted. Oops. Alright, doesn't matter. Oh, I gotta kill this guy still. Oops. There we go. Alright, that worked out fine. Store. What you got? Yeah. So that's looking pretty good. Stores are so worth visiting. I don't know why people don't go to stores like constantly, just like every single jump. Yeah, I save them locally when I stream, which is why the quality like varies, because it's like I have the quality set like ridiculously high at first without knowing, so it's just like the default. And then I was like, I have zero space on my drive, and so that's like why part of 1 or 2 runs is missing in the beginning, because my like drive filled up and so couldn't record anymore. And also why it took so long to get the first runs up, because I had to like make all of them smaller so they'd be able to like be uploaded. And then like the quality drops at a certain point, and then at that point they're all like were much easier to get online. But the like quality of my streaming is much better because I was more used to it. So it's like I definitely disregard the first like dozen runs or so. They're probably way less interesting. But yeah, we do need a reloader emo. I just don't know what it would be. Why not sell? I'm still using anti-bio some. Also, I still want to go up to 7 weapon power and like use it at the same time. Like, I mean, I'm totally getting crew kills without it, but you can get crew kills with it faster. Also on ships that have more crew, it can be helpful. But like, I'm sure I'll ditch it at some point. Alright. Nothing else I need to do here. But yeah, if anyone has a suggestion for what a good reloader looking emo would be, I can draw something. I haven't like thought about it too hard. I just used stuff that I had already that was super easy to put online. Another 2 crew ship. Goofy Zoltans. It's like the one upside of them sometimes. Come on. Alright, so with 2 reloaders, dual lasers, fires, the second time just after the heavy ion. Although it's an unmanned heavy ion. Alright. So we click that one. Yeah, and then we just do the thing. Control, hack, cloak. Just waiting to see if this started firing. And that's got to be an ion bomb or something, but it doesn't really matter because we'll just shoot them. Yeah, that's dead. But yeah, obviously, like right now, those kind of fights, it's pretty unnecessary to have the Pio beam running, since we just blow them up with like a 1 volley anyways. Silly Zolans. This guy could probably take a jump before that star, but I don't totally trust it, so I'll just go right there. Flak. Oh, why was I asking about the we're in position with bombs and hacking? I don't know. I was just curious. I just thought about it sometime for some reason. It just occurred to me. Like, I feel like I was thinking about like weird ways to get achievements, like what that would be, and I was like, well, you could get that one without going over, because yeah, I feel like I'd assume so also, because I mean that's vision of all the rooms, and that was like the oddest way I could think of doing that one. You know, you could also do stuff with like boarding drone, like you do on a bigger ship, I guess, with drone control and like sending over boarding drones and ion drones and stuff. Nobody read what Sawyer said. He's requested it. Just skip over it. Although I'd recommend taking a quick glance. Stealth weapons is totally like a viable purchase here if I wanted to. The flak is a viable purchase too. Do I sell the antibio here for the flak? Do we just do it? I guess so, right? Antibio is just so fun. I didn't get that much of a chance to use it this run. I mean, whatever. I don't need to switch my weapons around right now. Buy flak and stealth weapons. That's totally something too. But I'm going to tell you right now why I have an issue with that. That is just like a deal breaker. If I buy stealth weapons, I can't have a third reloader. Like, or I have to like ditch it, and it's just like wasted scrap. So, you know, that's kind of like deal breaker. Yeah, I actually think I don't buy, because it's like, right now it's hardly going to change my volley. You know, I'm going to swap it for this for the moment until I get weapon 7. And it's like, that's making me take that much longer to get up to weapon 7. Right, and what does that sell for? Maybe I just do it here. 25. So it puts me back another 40. Yeah, I mean, I just need over 100 more to get there still. But yeah, no, whatever. It's silly. I'm just trying to force it because I just want it to be a thing. Because I was excited to finally have a Slug A run. I want to be one where I like use the bio beam the whole time. But it's silly to force it. So this is just like ridiculous. Alright, yeah, I thought so. I could get another jump there if I wanted. So yeah, I really just want to get weapon power up now. But yeah, I'm not going to bother with stealth weapons, also because I want to like get my weapon power up more. My favorite laser flak weapon, that's a tough call. Probably mini beam. Both because, I mean, it's strong, but also it's just a really interesting weapon. Like, I love all the bio swipes and that it causes fires. Shout out to like dual lasers. It's fast and it's awesome. You know, I definitely like just like the burst lasers in general. I like lasers and fire chance. Beams generally bore me outside of like mini beam and bio beam, and a little bit of fire beam. I gotta measure this to see if I want to take that nebula or not. Like, if it gets me an extra jump, I'll take it, but if it's just like in place of a regular jump, it's not worth it. Yeah, it's just in place of a regular one. So I'll just take 4 of these instead. And also, hey, Merrick, by the way. Didn't say hi, I don't think. Good to see you again. Alright. This is like ridiculous, this volley. What do you got? Beam drone, flak, heavy laser, defense something. Like, I'm just kind of curious to see, like, how much do we beat their volley? But I'm still gonna hack them. Oh, we're at a pulsar. How did I not notice we're at a pulsar? Oh, geez. Oh, completely different fight. All right, gotta think about this for a second. Gotta pay attention here. Just because I have reloaders and flak and lasers, like, doesn't mean I'm immune from losing, like, whatsoever. So take a second here. What am I most scared of? I mean, I gotta take both these things offline. I mean, I guess I do the weapons first. angle too tight? Are you gonna shoot it down? Yeah, I thought so. Because I kept expecting it to fire sooner. My weapons are gonna like fire by the time it gets over there. I don't have enough drum parts to be wasting like that. That's annoying. I feel like it's always most annoyed when I'm like, this is gonna happen. And I'm like, but let me try it anyways. I'm like, oh, look, it happened. Yeah, that was dumb. Explain it as like exploring the truth. Wow, look at all those misses. Oop, not quite as many as I thought. It's actually just in time with that thing. I timed that pretty poorly there. That was a bad example of how to do it. Didn't matter in the end because I just like decimated them with my massive volley. But yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna get crew kill here. I'm just gonna shoot them. No. Bad surrender. Just gotta wait for everything to reset here. The eccentricity indicator, yeah, I mean, it's mostly because it's like I'm just used to using a ruler. It's like how I originally did it when I played on tablet, is when I started measuring stuff. Before that, I was eyeballed stuff on the computer. And so it's like I'm actually like pretty like more confident in that in some ways. And then I don't run any mods, so it's like I don't want to just run a mod just for that. If I ran other stuff, like maybe I would just throw it on anyways. But I don't really need to. Yeah, calculated risk. I thought it'd be fine. I felt it was good. If I didn't have those reloaders, it wouldn't have been good though. I couldn't have played so loose and risky. With my like way overpowered build at this point anyways. Ooh, Ion Intruder, that's like not fun. Doors, oh no. Actually have to delay these if I want to wait for the flak to hit first. Yeah, I'll just hack them, it's fine. We don't like you in here. Yeah, we shoot you down first. Alright, and now we can slow it down a little bit. Suffocate you. And like figure out a crew kill. Let some cooldowns happen. Get you all in there. It's like I kind of need fire. This is where I need the biobeam still, right? Yeah, unless I got a fire. It's not happening. Because I was playing a little fast and loose there. Yeah. Alright, we just kill him. That's fine. We don't really need crew kills at this point. Yeah, Mike's Tooltips mods. That one definitely made me interested in some ways, and one of the mods I've been more interested in. Oh, here we go. What is this? I forget what the better one is. I think the Slug one gets you like fuel, which you can kind of use fuel. Mind control, I forget. I feel like it might be similar, but slightly different outcomes. Slug, medium amount of fuel, mind control, medium amount of fuel. No, it's the same one. I mean, we can try to like get a fight with our weapon systems maximum power halved, which is stupid, or we just attack them. Yeah, so I guess we just attack them probably. Although it's like fuel's a little bit tempting. I mean, maybe we'll get fuel from killing them. Cool, a glaive beam. Nice. This is where they dodge every single shot, and I can't do anything but get swiped because I only have 2 shields. So it won't matter that I cloak. They'll just dodge everything repeatedly. Right? No. I'll get it on the first volley. Alright, so before the heavy, fire twice. Nice. Oh, I have enough to do this, don't I? We'll wait to see if we get a store, like first jump next sector. Fend for yourself, attack, escape. Combat 2. Other weapons that do stuff. Let's do the weapons thing. Gotta keep an eye on what this guy's doing here. Nailed him. Whoops. Wasn't even paying attention. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. I was like, I meant to shoot drone control. Doesn't really matter where I shoot. I should probably heal my crew instead of like doing multiple jumps with them injured. Yeah, level 3 cloaking is pretty close to pre-igniter. Like, that just is like, oh look, we're going to shoot, you know, a Hermes, an Artemis, and a Leto at you at the same time. And if you don't have cloaking, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. That's like what killed my first Fed C run, which was just like it was like some loadout like this with like a pre-igniter and hacking and stuff, and triple missiles just like decimated me, and I took so much damage, and then I like just fell behind and I ran out of fuel for some reason. Forget what that connection was. Um, Normally I do prefer rock controlled over pirate controlled. Guaranteed 2 stars is nice, but I like the option here in case this is Uncharted. Uncharted Nebula is just stupid. Like I'd probably go abandoned over Uncharted at this point even. Um, so I'm gonna go pirate. Alright, yeah, so no jump or no store right away here. So I'm just gonna do like future me a favor here and just do that. So there we go. That's ridiculous. So 10-shot volley, double reloader, cloaking, mind control, hacking, battery, bunch of crew. This is looking pretty one. I think this is like in the realm of like if I die, it's my fault. So that's cool. Because I'm gonna be done for the night now. I think I said that before. But I hope to just finish this one tomorrow night, so I'll be done with it. And then, you know, not sure if I'll get to another stream this week or not, but we'll see. We'll see what's next. After this one, we just have Fed A, Fed B, and Crystal B. So 2 weak ships and 1 really good ship. But that's going to be, you know, either late in the week or next Monday again when we do those. But yeah, so tomorrow probably around the same time, like 11 or so Eastern, I'll stream the rest of this. Should be pretty quick with this like baller setup. Should be pretty fun. But yeah, so check out my YouTube for sure. I got a link in my profile now. It's got, you know, 30 or so runs up on it now. I'll get the last 10 or so that are missing up in the next like day or two. And then I'm gonna go through and like try and clean some of them up too. I can like trim off some of the dead time after they're uploaded already. So I'll like, you know, clean up the page over time. And yeah, so let's just get a raid on. I think Crow is playing tonight, taking a break from Mass Effect. So let's see what we got. Yeah, Crow's doing some FTL, so we'll hop over there. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good start to the week, the rest of the week if I don't see you. And thanks for coming by the stream. See you, Ray. Hope you have a great day. Night, Guillotine Girl. Sawyer, as always, great to see you. And yeah, we got Stealth C on Crow, so that should be something fun.
There is some staggering you can do, where like you can know which ones they're actually targeting. Hey Neozar. I assume you were playing some FTL. How are you going? How you doing?